Hi everyone, it's day 34. This is the beginning of a new day, and this is video number 34. Let's jump right into it. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. What I do today is important because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something that I've traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price that I have paid for it. So, the beginning of this day, let's talk about my to-dos. I didn't do much. Yesterday morning I did do a little bit. I had talked about how I wanted to try to get some planning put together, build out a content calendar, and just kind of get organized on the work that I need to do. I did start that. I put a little time into it, kind of added a little structure to my calendar and started formulating some stuff, but it's not done. There's going to be a lot of work that needs to go into that. So that process started. And then last night, I took off. I took the day off. I spent time with the family, went to church. We went on a nature hike, had some lunch, and then put the little one down for a nap. I took my daughter to the gym. We played basketball for a couple hours, and then I took her home to her mom's, and I came home and watched the Super Bowl and went to bed. So that was my day. I decided not to work on the side hustle. I needed to take a breather. I don't like that I did that, but I had to do it. I just needed to step back from it for a moment. It was good. I'm feeling all right. Got some Z's, which is good. I was in bed at 9:30, so that doesn't happen. Well, I guess it was 10 o'clock, but that does not happen for me very often. It was refreshing. Learnings to come out of that? Not much. I didn't really get much done. I can tell you that this planning thing will be time consuming, and it'll probably take away from the to-dos, but down the road it's going to save a lot of time. So up front it's time expensive, but it'll save some on the back end. Learnings coming out of the Super Bowl, that's what the important thing is. Kansas City Chiefs, wow, you guys, I'll tell you what, you play the fourth quarter. You got to play the fourth quarter to win in the NFL, and man, you got that one down, and they brought the fire. San Fran got knocked back on their heels. They couldn't handle it. Super Bowl winners. Congrats to the Kansas City Chiefs. What was my favorite Super Bowl ad? I liked the Groundhog Day, Bill Murray, Jeep ad. That was my favorite. I'm a huge fan of the movie. I'm a huge fan of Bill Murray. That just hit me on all facets. So that was my number one. I don't know what yours was, but that was my number one. And the halftime show, a lot of energy. Pretty entertaining. Those ladies blew it up. And I'm sorry, J-Lo, 50 years old. Well played. Nice job to both of them. That was a great show. Good Super Bowl. I enjoyed it. I just wish it would have been the other team who won. I wanted the NFC to win, not the AFC. But it was still a great game. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Who do I need to give thanks to? I need to give thanks to Frank Hubner. Thank you for putting the kind words on Facebook for a Facebook review. Frank bought 2 t-shirts from True Identity, and he's been supportive along the way since bringing this out on Jan 1. And Frank, I just want to say thank you for the continued support. That review is incredibly helpful, so thank you for putting that on Facebook. Kind words were much appreciated. I'm glad the experience you had with us was a good one. I'm glad the t-shirts are good. Hopefully your lovely wife appreciates it and likes that t-shirt as well. And hey, send a photo. I'll throw that up. I'd love to share a photo of you and your lovely wife in the photo. So much appreciated, brother. Appreciate ongoing support. I also want to thank all the friends and family who took a moment to like True Identity's Facebook page, because now I am official in the eyes of Facebook. You need at least 10 followers for Facebook to start showing your content and showing your brand organically to other Facebook users. So I don't know if that's really true, but that's what they tell you. Get at least 10. So seems like an arbitrary small number for a business, but hey, whatever it is. So 10 new followers is what you need, and I had a nice group of friends, family, and coworkers after I invited them come to True Identity and like that, so I appreciate it. I am official now. I think I'm at like 25 followers, so I have a long way to go. Long way to go. But hey, it's a good start, and it's nice to have the support. So thank you for that. To-dos for today. I want to get at least one more product on the website, and I need to continue working on that blog post. So I didn't spend any time on that yesterday. So more to come on that one. And I think that's it. So the word for the day today is empathetic. And I chose that word because today I need to show a little empathy. I've got some individuals that I'm going to be spending some time with later today that I need to take a step back and be empathetic first, and have some legitimate conversations. So, the reason I chose that word, that's the reason I chose the word. What's behind that word? Empathy is somebody who has the ability to understand and share in the emotions of others, basically. So I feel personally, I'm going to speak to myself, I have a fairly good level of empathetic ability. I'm pretty emotional. 9 times out of 10, I'm feeling the emotions of others. I mean, I cry at shows. I laugh and cry. I'm a very emotional person. Even though my logical brain kicks in all the time to try to rationalize everything, I'm pretty emotional. Let's see. I would say that the first reaction is emotional for me when it comes to other people's stories, and when I can sense that somebody is happy, struggling, whatever, I can sense it. I have a pretty good sense of it. Here's the other part, though, and I mentioned that logical thinking, that logical mind of mine. And I think all of us have these attributes. We can be empathetic, and we can skew towards justifying something, using logic to justify something. So I'm going to use this instance. Some people say tough love. I am not a fan of using that term. And I guess I view it this way. When somebody is experiencing something emotionally that's good or bad, it usually tends to be from an action they've taken. So the reactions that are causing the joy or the pain, I guess would maybe be the best way, are usually generated by actions taken by the individual. Now, there are obvious things that are not generated by an individual and generated by other individuals or by health or physical issues. So I don't want to say that it's all on you, but most of the time, an action that an individual takes will have a reaction. And my take is on that, if you're willing to take the action, then you need to be willing to accept the reaction and deal with that. So that's the logical justifying that my mind will do if there is something that an individual is struggling with or enjoying. Self-created, really, is kind of what I'm referring to. So I don't like the tough love thing, because I don't think that's tough love. I just think that's ownership. I just think that's taking responsibility. I just think that's using your will. Meaning, if you have the will to take the action, then you should have the will to deal with the consequences or the reaction of that action. So, I don't know if that's tough love, and I don't really like that term. There are psychologists that will have opinions left and right about all that stuff, and there are parents who will have opinions about how they raise their children, and that's to each their own is the quick response to that, and I'm sharing my 2 cents. So but today for me, I need to show some empathy, and I am going to, for me, that is why I chose the word, so I'm going to choose to share that with you. If you are an empathetic individual that cherishes being the partner in understood and shared emotions of others, that's a pretty strong support system for people. There are healthy and unhealthy ways of that. I think it can detract from, I think taking on everybody's problems can be hard for people. So if you are an empathetic individual and you try to take on everybody else's pain or struggle, that's tough. If you do have the strength of an empathetic individual, and I say strength purposefully, if you have the strength of an empathetic individual, wear that proudly. Own that. It is something that everybody will need at some point. Every individual will need that from somebody else at some point. Because there are struggles that you will face. There are hard times that you will face. Some that you've created yourself, others that will just happen. And you will need to face them. And to do that, it's nice to have somebody who can understand what you're going through. So, appreciate the empathetic individual. And if you are an empathetic individual, wear that proudly, because people need you. And that's it, guys. I'm Luke with TrueMidentity.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you click on that bell to get notified of all my new episodes. And head over to TrueMidentity.com, grab a t-shirt, and reveal your true identity. Have a great day, guys.